What's going on, peeps? Another video. What I want to speak about is power and what people perceive power as. Most people in the world today perceive power through an extrinsic point of view rather than an authentic and extrinsic point of view. When you see power through, external uh, means, then you look outside self. You know what I mean? For instance, if you see power as being in that dollar bill. Money is not power whatsoever. It's what we perceive it to be. It's a reflection of our way of thinking and what we've been inculcated with. So we see money as power. Now we gave that power, our authentic power, to that dollar. Now it's power. This fiat based currency, this legal tender, this piece of garbage dollar is power now. We see a cop rolling down the street, we automatically perceive that's power because, once again, that's been indoctrinated in us. Everything through an external source is power rather than seeking inside self thought. The intrinsic nature of our being, that's power. But once again, you see that cop car, like I said, you see that as power because though you're aware of it, you kind of get, some people are fearful, some people despise it, because they see it as some form of power and what they can do. They see the jurisdiction that cop upholds has power over them to take them into a different institution or a different realm away from their environment. They see it as power. You see somebody with a lot of money, they can modify their environment. You see that as power. You got your car, for instance. You see that car as power because it's a form of transportation to get you around the world. Now, when you see that as power and somebody takes that car away from you, now you pretty much lost part of you, that power. Another example is when we see life through, like I said, the exterior point of view. You know what I mean? We're in a perpetuating state of competition with other people because we see life, like I said in my earlier video, through a physical perspective, but also we see things as external rather than internal. So with that, like I said, a cop car, you see money, you see a doctor, you see all these people, with these ranking systems or um, a badge or any label, you see that as power. You see that house as power. You know what I mean? So we have to really look inside self and see what is power. It's authentic. It's inside us. It's internal. It's innate to us. You know what I mean? Once you see life through that, you begin to realize you don't need none of this stuff. You know what I mean? So, for instance, people, their dream, what drives them is, money. But what happens if that money is taken away from you through some form of mandate or anything? You have no power now. You can really find out what kind of individual someone is by really asking a simple question: how do you see power? You know what I mean? Then break it down to them a little further and say, is it external or internal? They'll say, most people say, what do you mean? Break it down a little further. Or most people say, well, I see, this is power. And if they don't look inside self, then they automatically fail the test. You get to see, like, okay, this person is kindly concentrated in the physical realm, more or less, rather than inside the spiritual realm, which is self. And really, somebody can sit there and brag about how much money they have, this and that, but ask them one simple question: what if the government wants to take that money away? Because you don't print the money. An external source prints the money. So if they take that money away, what form of power do you have? The whole world would come crashing down upon them. You know what I mean? And they'll try to even avoid the question and say, well, it's not going to happen. Well, that's a what if question. So what? Think about it. You know what I mean? You got to start thinking in tiers, like a chess game, that what if I didn't have this? You know what I mean? So that's why you have to go back to self, because you always going to have self. No one can modify the way you think. You know what I mean? Only you can. Self. No one else can. People can help you grow as an individual because life itself is interdependence, but at the same time, no one can change the way you think. They could just help grow. Will help you grow as the individual. So really see, like I said, see power through an authentic point of view. It's internal. It's innate to us. Don't see life just through a physical and external point of view. All right, peace.